All right, guys. Now, this feels a little bit awkward because I sort of disappeared without much of a trace. I don't remember if I even said anything in my last video about where I was going, what was going on in my life. I feel like I did. I feel like I mentioned something, but the plan had kind of gotten a little bit twisted. I had originally planned on, getting everything done. I knew I was going to have to take a break because if you don't know, if you haven't heard the news, I got married. And that's amazing. That was the best. It was a great time. I'm so happy with how everything turned out. I needed that bit of time off. Then my parents, obviously they had come. So I'm in Peru. It's a whole long story, but I came to Peru. I am now living in Peru now. I'm originally from Canada. So my parents from Canada, they also came to visit. And so they were here for the week after the wedding as well. So I didn't want to, be doing this. I wanted to spend time with them as well. I figured you guys have no problem with that. So I figured 2 weeks, 2 weeks maximum, I wouldn't be recording videos. I had planned to record ahead of time to get those videos ready. Turns out a wedding is a shit ton of work. Who would have thought? My parents went home and I was like, okay, nice. This is great. I'm going to record in the next few days, get everything back on track. Literally the next day after my parents left, tonsil infection. Man, I couldn't even breathe. Breathing felt like it was burning my throat. So I just want to say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be on this long of a hiatus. Everything is fine now. My throat feels perfectly normal. No more infection. I think it was tonsillitis. It's my second time getting that infection. So it's kind of something that seems to happen. It doesn't happen often, but it just sucks either way. If any of you have had it, you know that it hurts a lot. I wasn't going to be recording any videos during that time. I'm sorry about that. But that's just how it goes. But no, we are finally back. I feel like I'm a little bit rusty in the video stuff. It's already been 2.5 minutes of me just explaining. I don't want to take up your time too much. I sort of Mushoku Tensei, it's kind of fresh. I know what's going on. The whole Sylph and Rudy thing, the reveal last episode of who Sylph was, that all was great from what I remember. I didn't do any refreshers, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm just going to hop right into the episode. Missed you guys. Feels good to be back, but let's just hop right into it and see what happens. So let's go. Oh yeah, it was a tiny bit awkward, the whole half naked thing, but I mean, I guess I've had time to sit with it and deal with it. Except for people. Yeah, they've changed so much. I guess it's hard to remember because it had been so long, but she has matured a lot, which is normal. She was, 5 last time we saw her. I guess anybody seems like they matured a lot between the ages of 5 and 17, whatever they are now. Okay, nice. A nice little romance. This is exactly what Rudy needed. This is what I've been saying. Rudy just needed somebody to, love him for who he is. No superficial relationships. It's even healthier than Eddie's was, because Eddie's was sort of a relying on each other sort of relationship. And this may still have touches of that. It feels like Sylph is very, a reliant person who maybe, she would very heavily rely on Rudy. But Eddie's, it was they were so young, and we saw how torn up Rudy was when Eddie's left. I don't think he really realized how much he relied on Eddie's and Ruijerd. I'm not saying Ruijerd wasn't a part of it, but now, they've sort of grown. Rudy definitely has grown since that. He's become different. He knows what he needs. Sylph, she's gone through enough on her own. She's gone through enough stress. Her hair is white. We don't need to talk about the stress she's gone through. Okay, please skip. We don't. Okay, I was hoping it would be a fade to black moment here. It will be for the video, most likely. This. Oh, is it still not working? Is his thing still not? It's still nothing? Tent had collapsed. I thought it would be okay. Damn, so it lasted, it went up, though? It's so awkward to discuss with you guys, so it did work for how long? How long? I feel like a doctor. Well, I guess it's probably normal that it's not like a, Sylph wasn't a cure-all for him. I think he still has, the mental walls holding him back, so to speak. It's just, there's more he has to work through other than just, oh, I found someone who, I can be myself with. I can actually, I have heavy emotion, deep feelings for. That doesn't erase everything that's happened to him so far, so. Yeah. Yeah, that's. I can't. At least Sylph is understanding. It's yeah, it just happens. It's not like a personal. It's not like you personally don't find Sylph attractive or whatever they think, right? Earlier on, what was her name? The blonde girl, Sarah, was that her name? I think so. Sarah. Her reaction to Rudy's situation definitely wasn't the correct one. And they're young. They're young adults that don't know how to take things maturely, especially when it's something as embarrassing as this situation. But Sylph is taking it way better, way more I don't want to say realistically, because there is, even in the real world, there's people like Sarah who would react like that and be upset about it. And I'm not saying that's necessarily wrong. It would hurt your feelings. But Sylph, she knows it's not her. She's able to look on it and be like, no, it's not me. So I'm talking, it's like I'm a therapist for Rudy right now and his ED. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, it became very formidable. I don't know. I don't think we knew all that. How exactly she got strong. I just assumed it was through, regular practice. But it's nice that it was Rudy. Rudy was the motivation. He was the reason that she started in the first place. We knew that. But it's nice that he was also the motivation for her, even after he left. She didn't forget about him, which we know. But it just adds strength to their relationship of oh yeah, no, he is the reason that she wanted to grow as strong as she is. She is the best student at the university outside of Rudy now. Oh. Yeah, damn, a whole year. It's pretty bad when you put it like that out. Huh? It's okay, yeah, we've known each other a long time, but relax a little bit there. Yeah, progress is progress. Even a little bounce. even a little a little jump is good. I feel like I am sweating. I hope you guys can't see it through the shirt, because that's kind of no, you definitely can. You definitely can see it through the shirt. I'm sorry. Damn, she is stressing about it a little bit. No, she's more thinking for Rudy's sake, right? I wish she didn't have to feel that way. Oh, is she gonna ask them about it? They don't need to know. They don't need to know, please. But no, you don't have to tell them. See, that's what I don't like. I don't like this bitch. Maybe she didn't mean it so rude, but don't call the boy useless for that. Don't say. Sorry, that just. Maybe I'm just, activist for men's mental psychological issues. Maybe I'm a little bit sensitive about that sort of thing. I just don't like when people don't call Rudy useless. That doesn't mean. Man, can't help it. Yeah! Damn! Why? You know what, Luke? I wasn't so sure about you, bro. But I like you. I'm you know what? Manner and expression mixes. He gets it. Last resort. Grasping. I understand his struggle. Bro, guys unite in this. She's like, Luke, is there something you want to tell me? No, Luke, honestly, now, he was a bit, on my character scale of likability, he was maybe below average. He might have been a bit like in the middle, but maybe a few points down. That, boom. Anytime a character shows understanding of the main character's issues and doesn't immediately like judge them or like start making fun of them, I'm down. Hey man, an understanding person is my weakness. Like Luke, bro, even if it's more like a boy to boy conversation and the girls won't have as much, they won't understand it quite as much. Still, Luke being there and like, even though like him and Rudy aren't even like best friends, they barely even friends, I don't think. But it's still, he stands up for that man's rights against his like romantic interest. I don't know if there is romance between him and the princess, but still, someone he knows a lot better than Rudy, and he still like puts in his piece. Proof hard. What does this man have in mind? I can't help but go to, some odd, I don't know if I want to know where this episode's going. It's like, come on, amateur. Oh, damn, Luke. I gotta go back just to see that live thing. Come on. Damn. I didn't even catch the whole thing the first time, but I knew how disrespectful that was. Just from the vibe. Just from Sylphie's reaction. But damn, that was worse. Buximo. He speaks from experience. Damn. Okay. Well, he doesn't mess around. He's telling it how it is. Oh, that's that aphrodisiac thing. Wasn't that in like the very first few episodes? I swear. Rudy had that once, didn't he? Or like halfway through season 1, I remember Rudy got one of those, or was offered one of those for his figure of Roxy, right? And now he's saying like, oh, because of the mass teleportation, we've lost the means to make it. So it's rare. Damn. Okay, so, coming full circle. You can't keep up. Oh, damn. It's like you're about to be... Oh, I really don't know about the rest of this episode, bro. Do I want to see this? Like, what's this turning into? What rating does this show have, by the way? Like what do I gotta look out for? Spending money for this one. Oh, damn. Go buy yourself a nice hotel room or something? Is that what they're... Oh, damn. I don't think your parents really want to know about that. That might be a little much to call them out for. Okay. I mean, I'm a little bit worried. Is she going to tell him? Or is it going to be a bit of a shocker? That we're like, slipping in his drink? Okay, nice. Telling him. Drugs. Yeah, just straight up. Yeah, bro, you know what that is. Oh, damn. Is he chugging? Don't chug the whole thing. Is it gonna work? Yeah, no. I think he's feeling the effect. Oh, damn, bro's like, oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, heck of an episode to come back to, I gotta say. I'm really hoping they don't show a lot, because the way this was going, man. Oh, and why are you just... I guess they're just waiting for it to kick in. Does it work? Did it expire? Do those not have expiration dates? It's been like a few years. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yep. This is nice. This is cool. Skip. Just skip. Dig in. Oh, no. Oh, they actually... Thank you. They actually did as I asked. They skipped it. Thank you so much. I figured the next 5 episodes, the next 5 minutes, I figured was a write-off. Nice skip to the ending, basically. There you go, man. There you go. As much as I don't feel like talking about it, you got it. You figured it out. Oh, what, she dipped? She dipped already? Doesn't even seem happy. No, was that like miserable or something? Why is she crying? Is he sad? I mean, maybe he wanted it to be more special, I guess. Like, maybe he feels sad for Sylph. Oh? That's nice. Yeah. Oh, I see. It may be. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry, that took me a minute. But that would have given him flashbacks to the whole Eddie's thing, right? Wake up and she's just gone. Like, no explanation, didn't say anything, just gone. Even if he knew in his head, like, oh, she probably has guard duty. Like, it's still... That would have had a very negative effect. If she had actually just left without saying anything, God bless yourself. She's probably like, no, I needed water. Oh, back at it again, huh? Oh, nice. Just a nice wholesome hug. Like, yes, you came back. Ah, that's sweet. She's like, damn, I must have done a good job. Yeah. Maybe. Of course, just bro's in his fields and then immediately. It's like, you know what, I gotta test some. I'm cured. Yeah, okay. The aphrodisiac he needed that nice little push. Attaboy. Attaboy. We're proud of you, son. We're happy for you. It's very open about it. I wouldn't really be feeling like talking with a princess about it. I mean, I wouldn't feel like talking with anybody about it. But a princess of all people? I don't know. Don't feel like she'd care to listen. I could assist you. Okay, yeah. Just pay back a favor. Yeah. Probably help with getting the throne or whatever. Damn. Yep. Beloved. Everything catches Sylph off guard, bro. Any sweet thing that he says. Nope. Gotta bring her with. Damn! Oh! Oh? It's a gray rat. Damn! I mean, that's quick. Damn, even Luke, yep, caught him off guard, but he's like, nah, good idea, bro. This is definitely a good idea. You just get together the day earlier. I mean, you know, childhood friends and all, but the day earlier, and then, bam, marriage. I'm sure this isn't going to turn into anything too awkward. I'm sure when Eddie's comes back around, this isn't going to be weird. Just as me. Oh, okay. Saying, yeah, drop the facade. I mean, make use of your reputation. Okay. So is Sylph still going to be like a guard? Even though she won't be Fitz anymore? Or maybe she won't. I mean, she's probably like letting her go, maybe. Since, you know, marriage. Nice. Okay, I really was not expecting it to turn into straight up marriage by the end of the, like, literally beginning of this episode was them like reconnecting still in the cave. They were still in the cave when like he first learned it was Sylphie. Of course, you know, it's complicated with the feelings and the emotions they had even when she was Fitz. Like, they still felt like they grew together. So technically they've known each other for a year, over a year. You know, recently. They've been together for a year as Fitz and Rudy. But still, like, you just get into a relationship together, do the deed for the first time. Of course, you're like, you're on a high. Sylph, at least, you know, it was her first time. Rudy, he just solved his, like, issues. He's probably feeling higher than she even is at this point. But the next day, marriage? I know it's anime. Maybe I shouldn't be questioning it at all because, you know, fiction, they love to do this type of shit in anime. there's probably nothing bad gonna come from it, I guess. But I'm just thinking, like, this show loves to deal with, like, realistic situations, and all of a sudden getting married, and I'm guessing they're gonna be going on adventures together now? Or maybe Rudy is gonna leave her behind. I don't think so. I think they'd be going together. Like I said, it could be a bit awkward in some situations. Like, I just feel like it might have been a little fast. Though, like I said, you never know with this type of stuff. Maybe it was the right thing to do. Maybe it was just like, you know, a lot of romance people will be like, oh, that's awesome. That's lovely. Like, that's amazing. The perfect conclusion to their relationship, and this cour, them getting married. It was a curveball. I didn't see it coming. Like, that was a good twist, I suppose. But no, I definitely wasn't expecting it. I'm hoping it turns out good for him. But just like one day, damn, fair enough. I guess they just knew. They knew they loved each other that much and that they were meant to be, sort of thing. So that's cool. That's, you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, I'm hoping it doesn't turn into anything too bad. But anyway, no, that was a good episode. Of course, there was a bit of awkwardness with the whole, what they were going through with Rudy's situation, carrying it. But I am glad they kind of skipped out on the more, like, risque scenes that they could have done when it was Rudy and Eddie's last season. They showed a little bit more. And I'm glad they kind of skipped over that a bit. Because if they hadn't, I would have had to. It was good. It was a good way of curing him. It's kind of funny how that aphrodisiac thing came back into play after, like, a whole season without it. Like, it was kind of just this one weird plot device that showed up in season 1 and then, like, never came back again. Even so, like, I didn't really expect it to come back. And, like, I guess it was cool that they kind of foreshadowed it in a way that it was needed in the future. And, you know, it helped Rudy to overcome his issue. Like, he just needed a little bit of help. It felt a little bit weird, like, being like, oh, he needs drugs to solve it. Like, that's kind of funky that he needs to be drugged in order to cure his problem. But hey, like, if it worked, it worked. That's all you can say about it. He doesn't need drugs now. It was just a nice little, like, aid in getting him to where he wanted to be, so that he, like, knew he could do it, I suppose. Just to get that mental blockade out, to break it down and be like, you know what, I can do it. It's not impossible, so that's good. Sylph and Rudy's relationship as a whole, like, it was the main focus of this cour. I am very happy with how it turned out. The whole, like, Fitz and Rudy relationship, how they built on it, was really, like, cool. Even though Rudy didn't know how it was, like, it was a good choice to make it so that he didn't know who she was, because he still had such a strong connection and bond with her, like, even when he didn't know it was Sylph. So it just shows, like, how kind of pure their relationship is, and how, like, they really are meant for each other. And that's why the marriage thing doesn't seem, like, that far out of reach. Like, it's not like they just met. It's not like they're just kind of jumping into things without any sort of foundation at all. The best, most healthy relationship that we've seen in this show so far. And it was nice to have the princess and Luke. Like, they are so obviously, like, caring for Sylph. And they wanted to help her, like, as much as they could. Like, Luke defending Rudy as well. That was just that might have been my favorite moment. It wasn't even, like, a really big focus. It was more a comedic bit. But I really appreciated that. I appreciated that he, like, was there for, you know, standing up for the boys. Like, man was like, hey, don't talk trash. You know, any one of us could be in that situation. None of us would appreciate being called useless. Just, you know, I understand why you would say that. Just cut it out. Man is a team player, and I respect that. Luke might have become, like I said, he jumped in rank, like, pretty quick with that one. And then, you know, you have the princess, who also gave basically everything to Sylph that she needed. Gave her, like, advice, gave her the money, gave her, like, the support she needed. Just such a wholesome group of friends that they have. And it's nice that Rudy is, like, kind of getting involved with them, helping them out. It is showing promise to the princess. And how she could, like, you know, be the ruler one day, and how caring and supportive she is of people she cares about. It shows that she's not, like, you know, this two-faced political person that we are kind of more used to in these types of shows. And she could still be, I suppose, but for now, it's turning out pretty okay. And I'd say, like, it's good that Rudy's supporting her. I'm glad that there's nothing, like, too too questionable about her yet. I still don't trust her 100% just because, political queens, princesses. Hell, knowing how they work, the whole helping Sylph thing with Rudy could have been a whole plot just to get Rudy on her side because she knows how strong he is. I don't think so. I'm just saying that's in the back of my head. Probably not going to leave anytime soon. I wasn't really expecting to care much about them at all. But just the way they help Sylph out and how much they care for her, gets them on my good side. Anybody who cares for them that much, they've got to be a good person, I think. Luke especially. Man was down. He's a very mature guy. He's being like, no, let's talk about it. Hell, I'll go buy you an aphrodisiac just to help you out. Well, he didn't have to buy it. He had it. He said it was to sell in the future, but are we sure? Are we sure? Luke, you dog. I see what you're doing. I'm sorry that it took me so long to get to the final episode of the core. And I guess it's the final episode so far. Core 2 comes out, I think one of you said March or April is when the next core comes out, maybe? Maybe February. Maybe next month. But still, for now, I suppose I'm done with Mushoku Tensei for a little while. So, no, it was a good core. It didn't have quite as much, impact as I'd say Season 1 did. Season 1 had so much going on for it. The turning point episodes, those were good. Those were great storytelling. I feel like these ones, there wasn't quite a turning point equivalent in this core. There was definitely some good scenes. I think more earlier on, when it wasn't quite as much of a focus on Sylph. I'm not saying that the Sylph and Rudy stuff was boring. I'm just saying, when it was focusing on that, there wasn't as much action. Wasn't as much of a, thriller. I don't know if I'd call it thriller, but drama type of stuff. It was more just emotional, feel good romance. It kind of switched up genres. Season 1 was way more action, figuring out what's going on with all these gods and stuff, learning about the world. This season was more chillax. This core at least was more chill. Maybe more of the action stuff comes in core 2. And that's fine. I don't have any issue with this core. I'm just saying wasn't on the same level as Season 1. Was still great. I still really enjoyed it, heavily enjoyed it. The characters make the show. And there was enough of Rudy and Sylph and a bunch of new characters too that I care for. It was a nice introduction to those characters as well. And they'll probably play a pretty big part when the action stuff comes around. Or maybe Core 2 will just be more school stuff. I don't know. I'm guessing we're going to be going to try to find Rudy's mom now that Rudy has solved his ED situation. And like I said, I take it Sylph might be coming along, and that's great. Get a nice party going again. Maybe not just Sylph. Maybe we're bringing Zenoba or the girls. I forget their name. The animal girls, the beast girls. I don't know. I'm excited for whatever we get into next core, and I'm hoping it comes by sooner rather than later. But either way, good episode. I think I'm done talking for now. It wasn't mind blowing stuff. It was just the conclusion to the romance arc, I suppose. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay updated on the series whenever Core 2 comes out. For now, I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing. I was thinking maybe trying to do some movies or something. It's been so long since I've done a movie. Last one I did was Grave of the Fireflies, I think. And that was months ago, maybe 6 months at this point. So I'm kind of in the mood for that too. I want to get some of the movies off my list that I've had written for years. So I might start doing that until Core 2 comes out. I do have Kuroko no Basket still on the go, and you guys can recommend stuff down in the comments. Anything you want to say, any shows you want me to watch, movies, of course, like I just said, or anything you want to say. Just no spoilers for Core 2 or anything like that. So yeah, that is it. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll talk to you all later. Peace.